Namaste. Late night session. My room is really hot right now. I did exorcism earlier, and I think the entity that I rescued is here. And I think she's generating heat because it's pretty cool right now outside. My room is actually colder than outside most of the time at night. I guess it's a good thing, but I'm sweating. And I'm not like that stuff. That's my proof. I'm sweating. Usually really cold here at night. Anyway, Yoga Sutra. If I can find it. Namaste. I don't know what to call this rescued lady entity. If you're listening, lady entity, can you turn the heat down to maybe 74 degrees? Thank you. Namaste. 74. Okay, here we go. Oh, wow. Instantly it just got cooled. Well, now I'm scared. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about this from now on. Not in this session. Namaste. I'm gonna keep my mouth. Unless something drastic happens and I'm freaking out, I have no choice to talk about it. I'm not gonna talk about what's happening right now. Okay. Yoga Sutra, Book 2, Sutra 41. Now, I'm by myself all the time. I don't like humans or an entity friend. That's really cool. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you. Namaste. Kim Jang Satat Bashuti Satat Bashuti Sauma Nasiai Satat Bashuti Saum Satat Bashuti Sauma Nasiai Gari Guriyanandriya Jayat Madarshana Yogiyat Bani. Okay. Kim Jang Satatva Shuddhati Sauma Satatva Shuddhati Sauma Nasyaika Satatva Shuddhati Sauma Nasyaika Guriyanandriya Jayat Madarshana Yogiyat Bani. The entity is helping me with Sanskrit. That's really cool. So my Sanskrit is gonna improve faster because of the presence here. Thank you for being here. I don't know what to call this new presence, but thank you. Namaste. Pavananti Bhagya Sheshwaha Shutjeha Satatva Shuddhati Sutataha Samana Siam Tata Aika Griyam Tata Inendriya Jayasa Tata Sujat Madarshana Yogiyat Vam Buddhati Satatva Siam Pavati Diem Tat Chao Jang Pavati Dietat Chao Jang Satiriya Da Ti Gamyata Pavati Dietat Chao Jang Pavati Dietat Chao Jasatiriya Da Ti Kamyata Pavati Dietat Chao Jasatai Pavati Dietat Chao Jasatiriya Da Ti Kamyata. Entity, maybe you could protect me while I'm reciting Sanskrit. If you are hindered here, I'm not 100% sure. But if you're here, maybe you could protect me. Just while I'm doing my Sanskrit stuff. If you can, please. And if not, that's fine. I'm just thank you. I'm just grabbing for straws. Pavati Dietat Chao Jasatiriya Da Ti Kamyata Pavati Dietat Chao Jasatiriya Da Ti Pavati Dietat Chang Pavati Dietat Chao Jasatiriya Da Ti Kamyata Iti Pavati Dietat Pavati dietache chao jase tairian datikami. Pavati dietache chao jase tairian datikamiata iti. Wow, that was hard. 41. Right? I just read that. Furthermore, purity of Satadeva and gentleness and singleness of intent and subjugation of the senses and fitness for the sight of the self. The word arise completes the sentence. As a result of cleanliness, there is purity of Satadeva, therefrom gentleness, from this singleness of intent, therefrom subjugation of the senses, and from this fitness for the sight of the self is acquired by the Satadeva of the thinking substance. So to this there is access, as a result of his being established in cleanliness. Okay, Raghuveda next. Thank you. Raghuveda hymn 61. Yeah, the room is like optimum, which is weird. That's even weirder. Now it's like optimum. Okay, here we go. Namaste. Usho panjanam pajini prachatah sutomam jushasavan gurunato makoni puranui devi yuvatiha puram tiranu pratam charasi vishivavare Usho devya maitiyam vi pahi janandraratam Sunaratam irayananti Devan Pahanantu Suyamaso Ashivan Iranoya Valnom Protupanjaso Ye Ushoha Pratiji Puvanani Vishivultuvan Dishitasya Morotasya Ketuha Samanamaltam Jaranui Yamanam Chakramiva Navyasyan Pavaratasvan Avan Siumevan Jenambati Makoni Usho Yanti Sivasarasya Patani Sivaljanananti Supagan Sudamsan Ananda de Divaha Papratan Prativyan Achachan Bo Devi Mushasam Vipatim Brabo Parativam Namasang Suvarokatim Ultivam Matutan Divi Banjo Ashirata Pran Rochanan Ruruchem Ranambasam Derak Ratang Vari Divo Alkaira Botiang Davati Rodasi Chitra Masatat Yati Maguna Ushosam Vipatim Bama Meshui Dravinam Pikushamanoha Ratasyan Butana Ushasam Mishanan Nuyanan Brushwa Ushasam Mishonuyanan Brushwa Mahi Rodasi Bibesham Mahi 미트라시양 바루너시양 마양 짜는드라바 파눔 비라테 보르트렁. Namaste. Thank you, Antri. I don't know how to converse with Antri. So what am I? Do I converse like a normal person? That sounds too crazy. I'll figure it out. If it's not cool, it's not worth it. Sorry. Hymn 61. That's what God says, I think. If it's not cool, it's not worth it, says God. O Ushans, strong with strength, endowed with knowledge, accept the singer's praise, O wealthy lady. Thou, goddess, ancient, young, and full of wisdom, movest, all bounteous, as the law ordaineth. Shine forth the morning, thou auspicious goddess. On thy bright car awaken pleasant voices. Let docile horses of far-reaching splendor convey thee hitherward, the golden-colored. Thou, morning, turning thee to every creature, standest on high as ensign of the immortal. To one same goal ever and ever wending, now, like a wheel, O newly born, roll hither. Letting her reins drop downward, morning cometh, the wealthy dame, the lady of the dwelling. Bringing forth light, the wonderful, the blessed hath spread her from the bounds of earth and heaven. Hither invoke the radiant goddess, morning, and bring with reverence your hymn to praise her. She, dropping sweets, hath set in heaven her brightness, and fair to look on, hath beamed forth her splendor. From heaven, with hymns, the Holy One was wakened. Brightly to both worlds came the wealthy lady. To morning Agni, when she comes refulgent, thou goest forth soliciting fair riches. On law's firm base, the speeder of the mornings, the bull hath entered mighty earth and heaven. Great is the power of Varuna and Mitra, which bright hath spread in every place its splendor. Okay. Upanishad next. Thank you. It's nice in my room now. I'm not gonna talk about it unless there are changes. I scratch my forehead a lot, and now I have to watch out because I put on 꼼꼼꼼아. Okay, Upanishad, Chan and Dogi Upanishad. Calendar 18. Okay, here we go. Namaste. Wait, I wanna see what I wanna do with the modification. Video bomb. So okay, so this video bomb. Anything else? Nope, that's it. Here we go. Namaste. Tanen hoban jaiten pai kalu yuyam brota givema mat brota givema mat manam pai shivanaram bidubam so nna matata Vidubam zonen namatatan, Yasitubetam evam, Pradeshamatram Pibimanamatmanam, Vaishivanaramupasate Saiveshu, Lokeshu, Saiveshu, Puteshu, Saiveshivanatamasavana Namatiti, Saiveshivanatamasavana Namatiti, Saiveshivanatamasavana Namatiti. Tasyan ha ban etasyan temano Vaishivanarasyan Multaivan Sutejan Shechakushu Bishivaru Paha Pranoha Protagavaitamatamai Samdeho Bahulo Pasatirevan Raiha Protiviavan Padan Buran Evan Pedilomani Paihurudayam Kai Hapatio Manunam Baharia Pachana Asya Mahabaniyahu. Okay. Namaste. A little rough in the beginning. Iti Ashukroya Dashaha Kanundwaha. Why was that? Oh yeah, this thing. Yeah, they got it. Yeah, you can't like add stuff and subtract stuff from like the original Sanskrit. That's just human. Then he said to them, verily, indeed, you here eat food, knowing this universal Atman, soul, as if something separate. He, however, who reverences this universal Atman, that is of the measure of the span, thus is to be measured by thinking of oneself, eats food in all worlds, in all beings, in all selves. The brightly shining is indeed the head of that universal Atman. The manifold is his eye. That which possesses various parts is his breath. The extended is his body. Wealth is indeed his bladder. The support is indeed his feet. The sacrificial area is indeed his breast. The sacrificial grass is his hair. The Gaihabhatiya fire is his heart. The Anambahariapachana fire is his mind. The Ahavaniya fire is his mouth. Okay, Srimad Bhagavatam next again. So the entity speaks English. She's probably American. Most likely. Most likely died a horrible, horrible death, which made her into what she was. And then I rescued her. I don't know how to conversate with her. It's just, maybe I won't do it on camera. But I'm just, I'll talk about her because I'm really glad that she's here because now I feel safe. I have nobody here and I feel safe for no reason. So, I'm just glad that she's here. Thank you, Namaste. Thank you. I'm sorry for my attitude. I don't know. Like, how do you respond to, oh wow, like a spirit willing to help, like a willing, ready, and able spirit, wanting to be on my side is here. Like, and I don't know how to react to it. Like, I don't know how to respond to it. Not a good bad reactor, huh? I don't know how to like deal with like give me 2 weeks to study it, and then I'll act, try to act normal. And so I'll talk about her. I won't talk to her directly while I'm on camera. But like, she could be my best friend. I mean, I don't, I mean, actually I have one best friend already. But yeah, she could be one of my best friends. Most of them, there aren't that many. Fewer than 10 right now, for sure. Maybe 5 right now, so she could be one of the 5. The top 5 friends that I have, and she could be one of them if she wants to. Okay, that's as open as I can be. I don't play games, and I don't think entities appreciate, playing games. Trying to be all uppity towards entities, like I'm better than I'm better than you. Where did that slap come from? I don't know. So the entity knows how to take a joke and everything. That's cool. All right. Namaste. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you. Just let me know your name and everything, and how to interact with you, whatever. And settle down here. This is your home. Welcome. Namaste. Namaste. I wrote Sanskrit letters, Namaste, to her in my mind. Okay. I'll do it again because it wasn't correct. Namaste. Yeah, wow, that one worked. What planet am I on? Yeah, I think I am not alone. Oh, I love it. I like it. Yeah, definitely not. Wow. Okay. Shrimad Bhagavatam, Canto 15, 26 shlokas, Book 4. Here we go. Should be a quick read. My Sanskrit is improving. It'll improve to the point of being natural. I won't speak any other languages unless needed, other than Sanskrit after I guess, master it. Namaste. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Panchadashotyaya Maitreya Uvacham Atha Dasya Punai Vipuraira Puturasya Mahipateh Bahupyam Matyamanapyam Matunam Samapadyata Tadudurashatuvang Mitunam Jatam Roshoyo Brahmavadinah Ujuh Paramasanantushutva Vidituvang Bhagavata Kalam Roshoyan Ujuh Eshwa Vishnu Bhagavatah Kalam Puvanapalini Iyam Chan Lakushomiyah Samamputiha Purushasyanapayini Ayam tu Pratamo Rajinyam Pumana Pratayitan Yashah Protulnama Maharajo Bhavishyati Protushravah Iyam Jan Sudati Devi Guna Pushana Altilnama Pararoha Protumeva Barunan Tati Ashwa Sakusha the Taresh Ramsho Sakusha the Tare Ramsho Jato Lokari Rakushoyan Iyam Jan Tataparahi Shrira Nujajinyera Napayini Shrira Nujajinyapa Shrira Nujajinyapna Shrira Nujajinyapayini Maitreya Uvancham Prasham Sananti Samatam Vipuran Kanantaiva Pravaran Jaguha Mumuchuha Sumanotara Siddhatan Nurotiananti Savahasatiriyaha Shankaturiya Moro Dangangadiyan Shankaturiya Moro Dangangadiyan Neduldu는두 파요 디비 따뜨나 살방 오빵 자금을 대방 쉴 빼뜨르는 놈 간워. I wanna start from the top again. 샹은카투리아 모로 당은강디양 내둘두는두 파요 비디 디비. That's where I messed up. Okay. 따뜨나 살방 오빵 자금을 대방 쉴 비 오빵 자금을 대발 쉴 빼뜨르는 놈 간워. 브라흐마 자가드구를 대바이허 사하스르티양 수라시바라이허 바이니아시양 다쿠슈이노에 하세테 드르셔트방에 지흐남 가다 프르타허 바다요라라 비는담 바다요라라 비는담 짱땀 바이 메네 하레허 갈람 Yansyan Pratihatam Chakramamshaha Sa Paramesha Tweetaha Nasyan Pishwekan Arabato Brahmanoi Brahmavadipiha Pishwechanikan Yasamai Jahuruha Saivato Janaha 사리트 사무드랑 기라요 나강 가바흐 카강 무르강흐 디아오흐 구슈이티흐 살바 푸당니 사마자후루루파 야나무 소피슈이크돔 마하라자흐 수바사흐 사트발랑은 끌었다흐 Patniai Jisho Langa Guratayan Pirejaguniriva Parahu Dasumai Jahara Tanado Haimam Birabara Sanam Parunoha Salilasira Bamata Patram Shashiparapam Van Yushuchan, Van la Viajane, Taimaha, Giltimayim, Sirajam, Inandraha, Girita Mutukura Shutwam, Danundwam, Samyamanam, Yamaha, Brahman, Brahmamayam Paima Parati Haramuttamam Hariha Sudarshanam Chakram Tatapatanyabhyam Hatam Shriyam Tashachanandanam Asim Rudraha Shatachanandanam Tatham Bikam Somomorotamayana Shivam Sat Bashirtavane Bashirtva Somomorotamayana Shivam Sat Bashirtva Rupam Shirayam Ratham Agniram Jagavam Japam Suryo Rashmi Maya Nishuna Rashmi Maya Nishuna Puha Paduke Yogamayao Yauha Pushipan Vali Manan Vahana Hama Pushipan Vali Manan Vahama Natuyam Sugitam Vadit Taltanam Jan Kecharah Roshaya Shichan Shishuha Satyah Samudrah Shangankama Tamajama Sinantavah Baivatan Nadio Ratavi Til Mahatmanah Sutotan Magato Manandi Dam Sutotumupasa Tasatire Sutotumuta Pasatire Sutotumupa Pasati Mupata Sutotumupa Tasatire Setavakam Setana Pipratiam Protulvainiah Pratapavan Mekanil Huran Dayan Panchan Brahasanandida Mabravit. Come on. Brahasanandida Mabravit. Need medicine. Alright, after this I'm gonna take medicine. Proturuvanjam Poha Suta He Magata Samia Panandina Loketuna Sapashita Gunosian Loketuna Sapashita Gunosian Messiant Gima Shirayo Mesitava Esho Yojiatam Maya Puvana Vitatan Giro Bahu Tasamata Parokushwesamatu Pashrutana Nyalam Tasamata Parokushwesamatu Pashrutana Nyalam Karishyatan Sutotramapi Jiavanaha Sutotramapi Jiavanachaha Satyuta Tamashloka Guna Nubade Jukupusitam Na Sutavayananti Sapyaha Mahadaguna Natamani Kaitumi Shaha Kaha Sutavakaiha Sutavayate Satopi Desyapi Vishuyananiti Pipralabato Janabahasam Kumatilna Veda. Namaste. Wow, that was rough. Wait, I'm not done. Okay, 2 more shlokas left. Sorry. Prabhavo Hyatamanaha Sutotram Chukupusanantyapi Vishurutang Huri Manantah Paramodaraha Parusham Van Vigahitam Payam Devaviditang Loke Sutang Diapi Parimapiha Kaimapiha Gatamatmanam Kapayishwama Balabat. Namaste. Iti Shrimad Bhagavata Mahapurana Paramahamsiyam Samitayam Chaturtasakanante Charite Panachada Shotyayahu. Medicine and then translation. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Discourse 15, Book 4. Maitreya continued. The book is falling apart. Then again, the sages treated with rubbing the arms of that king who had no issue, and out of the electrifying friction there sprang a couple. These additional words. There sprang a couple. They, far-seeing sages, who were enlightened with Vedic knowledge and were masters of divine doctrines, beheld the couple born and comprehended that the two were part manifestations of the Supreme Person Divine, who is omnipotent and omniscient, and possesses all prosperity and glory. They became exceedingly happy to see the conjugate persons and said, the sages said, this male person is a part manifestation of that aspect of the all-pervading, all-knowing, and all-powerful Lord Divine which protects the world. And this female person is a ray of the goddess of beauty, bliss, and prosperity, and hence never gets disunited from the Supreme Person. Of this couple, the male person will be the first of kings on earth, a mighty king to glorify the name and fame of every king in future, whose name will be Prithu, as the splendor of his name will shine far and wide. This other is a shining queen. Her name is Archi, an embodied process of radiation. Her finely set teeth are an indication of her firmly formed faithful character. Her ornaments are emblems of her golden and gem-like virtues. Her feelings and thoughts are all ennobling as hers is an ascending spirit. It seems as if she would outshine her husband. Thus an inalienable power and part of the Supreme Lord Divine called itself into being in space and time on earth to save the inhabitants, the human beings, from sins and sufferings. This other, the queen devoted to him, the goddess of inexhaustible wealth and prosperity, also came into the world as inseparable from him. Maitreya went on. The Brahmanas extolled the Prithu, while the demigods known as Ganantaivas were singing songs, the chief of them. The Siddharthas were releasing showers of flowers. The heavenly damsels were dancing. The sounds of conchs, trumpets, timbrels, and drums spread vibrating in heaven, as all celestial sages and orders of divine fathers came down to the place. Brahma, the adorable Lord of the world, himself came at the head of the greatest of the gods, noticed some sign of the divine wielder of the mighty mace in the right hand of Prithu, and lotus marks on the soles of his feet, and recognized him to be a part personality of Sri Hari. He also noticed that Bratu bore on his palm the sacred sign of a disc unbroken by an alien line, indicating an unconquerable sphere of power, and knew him to be a ray of the Lord of Lords. The Brahmana priests, who had their religious culture founded on the rites and ceremonies dealt within the Vedas, undertook to perform the holy ceremony of Bratu's installation. People brought from all sides things necessary for the coronation. They came with presents and offerings, the deities presiding over rivers, seas and mountains, the sky and the earth, as well as serpents, birds, stags, and cows. When he was bathed with holy waters for installation as a king of kings, arrayed in royal raiment and richly adorned with bright ornaments, and stood with Alji, his queen consort, equally adorned, he shone like a rival of fire itself. The god of wealth, Ovalian Vidura, gave him a splendid throne of gold as a present. Varuna brought to him an umbrella dripping with water and radiating beams like the moon. The god of the winds gave him 2 fans made of the tuft of hair. The god of virtue came with the present of a garland of flowers, the very embodiment of celebrity. Indra came to present him with an excellent crown, and the god of mortality and moral control honored him with the scepter by which to control all. Brahma brought for him an armor representing Veda, and the goddess of learning a necklace of unique make. Shri Hari gave him his divine disc, bearing the name of Sudarshana, and his consort, the goddess of wealth, beauty, and bliss, favored him with never-failing prosperity. The great god, whose function is to destroy and absorb the world, at the end honored him with the broadsword bearing 10 brilliant marks of the moon, and his consort Durga, with the shield bearing 100 marks of the moon. The moon, the deity presiding over the lunar sphere, brought him immortal horses. The god of fire gave him a bow made of the horns of the goat, and the cow and the sun god gave him arrows shining like his rays. The goddess of the earth brought for him a pair of wooden sandals, possessing the mysterious power of carrying him, as soon as he placed his feet upon them, wherever he should want to go. The goddess of the celestial visions gave him the privilege of celestial The goddess of the celestial regions gave him the privilege of getting celestial flowers every day. The sky-ranging spirits imparted to him the arts of acting and dancing, music, vocal and instrumental, and the occult way of disappearance. The sages and seers brought for him blessings that were sure to come true. And the deity of the ocean brought for him a conch that was his own progeny. Seas, mountains, and rivers offered to allow passages for his chariot. Then a herald, a bard, and a panegyrist started singing songs of praise to the mighty monarch. When Bratu, the powerful king, the offspring of Vena, came to know that they had come to praise him, he smiled and made these utterances with a voice as deep as the thunder of clouds. Bratu said, O you noble minstrel, herald and singer of praises, praises may be due to me when my virtues will be known among men. Where is the ground at present for praises being addressed to me? It is not desirable that your eulogies should prove untrue in my case. Therefore, at some future date, when we attain distinctions worthy of being heard and spoken of, you, who are masters of fine expressions, may praise us to your heart's fill. Respectable persons do not let minstrels extol ordinary men of the recent times, it being open to them to glorify the greatness of God, whose shining attributes no darkness can touch. I want to read that again, sorry. 5 shlokas left, yeah. Therefore, at some future date, when we attain distinctions worthy of being therefore, at some future date, when we attain distinctions worthy of being heard and spoken of, you, who are masters of fine expressions, may praise us to your heart's fill. Respectable persons, do not let minstrels extol ordinary men of the recent times, it being open to them to glorify the glory. Hey, Anthony, can you protect me, please? Thank you. Namaste. If you can, that's fine. Therefore, at some future date, when we attain distinctions worthy of being heard and spoken of, you, who are masters of fine expressions, may praise us to your heart's fill. Respectable persons, do not let minstrels extol ordinary men of the recent times, it being open to them to glorify the greatness of God, whose shining attributes no darkness can touch. Who would have himself extolled by bards for the qualities which are non-existent in him, even though he may be able to manifest remarkable virtues in himself? Such and such qualities, it may be urged, are likely to fall to his lot. But to get oneself praised thus, on mere possibilities, is to be an object of people's ridicule. A fool, however, will not understand this banter. Noble-minded persons shrink from their own praise, even when they are praised for qualities confirmed by conduct and known to all, just as those who are truly modest and supremely generous do not appreciate sincere praise for any reproachful show of valor. As for ourselves, O Bard, we are yet unknown in the world, hence we find no reason to get ourselves celebrated by songs of praise for greatest performances. Such self-proclamation is only worthy of a child. Thus ends the 15th discourse, forming part of the narrative of King Prithu in Book 4 of the great and glorious Bhagavata Purana, otherwise known as the Paramamsa Samhita. Okay. Kalki Purana next. Thank you. Okay, 49 shlokas to the Tolan. Here we go. Kalki Purana, Book 3, Chapter 11. Namaste. Sutra Upanishad Tatra Husute Saphamatye Vaishnavam Tam Shashitvajam Muni Piha Gatitang Shesha Pakati Gatitang Shesha Pakati Vyansakati Vigrahama Gatitang Shesha Pi Gatitang Shesha Pakati Gatitang Shesha Pakati Vyansakati Vigrahama Munipiha Gatitang Shesha Pi Gatitang Shesha Pakati Vyansakata Vigrahama Sushanandang Jam Gurutanapi Taimeno Vitivadiudam Rajana Ujuha Yuvam Narayano Sian Sian Garekeha Shivasuratam Gatao Bayam Nirapan Ime Lokan Roshoyo Brahmano Shijan Ye Prakushuyo Pakatipita Nam Bam Harao Bismitamanasaha Brocha Masdava Miyam Pakatiha Kuto Labatan Paratmanaha Kasya Ban Shikushuitan Rajan Kim Ban Naisalgiki Taban Shirotumitu Chamahe Rajana Trijagaj Janapavanim Gatam Bhagavatim Devatataha Samsara Shramana Shinim Shashitvajan Uvajan Sutri Pumsora Vayosatatatvacha Chiranutamaka Vikramaha Sutri Pumsora Vayosatatatvacha Chiranutamaka Vikramaha Purotatam Yajajana Makaimadi Sumurotim Tadapakati Lakushwanama Puran Yuga Sahasranante Yuga Sahasranante Kuruturoham Putimam Sapuk Kurutiyam Me Puriyaranuye Nuye Kurutani Duye Duo Kurutani Duo Panasapatao Chachara Kamam Saivatram Vanopavana Sangankulem Mrutanam Putimam Saokaiha Pranuinam Puratatikare Pakao Ekadan Lubutakaha Guru Lulopan Bishita Shinel Avam Vikushuyo Guruhe Pushutram Gurutram Tatra Pyayojayat Tam Vikushuyo Jata Vishramam Bhao Kushutayan Paripiduitao Sutri Pumsao Patitao Tatra Mam Salopita Jatasao Vadata Bavam Vikushuyo Tadang Arshoda Gatia Lubutakaha Jagraha Kanatwe Tarasan Chanchavagra Khatapi Duitaha Avam Kurohitavam Kanundakyaha Shilayam Salilan Takep Masatakam Drulnoyamasa Lubutakaha Pishitananaha Chakrang Kita Shila Ganga Barano Dapi Tatakushonot Jyotilmaya Bimanena Sadio Putivan Chatul Pujang Prapatao Vaikunantha Nilayam Savalokana Masakaratama Tatra Satitavan Yugashatam Brahmano Lokama Gatao Brahma Loke Panchashatam Yugana Mupapujya Vai Devaloke Kalavashad Gatam Yugachatuha Shatam Tato Puvi Nirupasata Bad Badatasunuraham Samarana Badatasunuraham Samarana Hareranuguraham Lokem Shalagram Ashila Sharamam Jatisitvaratavam Jatismaratavam Karandakyaha Kim Tasyaha Kathayamyaham Yajajala Sapashamatereno Mahatmyam Mahadad Putam Chakrangan Kita Shila Sapashamarano Siedrosham 50 shlokas. Chakrangan Kita Shila Sapashamarano Siedrosham Chakrangan Kita Shila Sapashamarano Siedrosham Palam No Jane Vasudevasya Sevayang Kim Pavishyoti Ityavam Haripujasu Arshavihubalachatasau Nurutyananta Vanuga Yanantau Chaiva Vilutanantau Satita Viha Karikil Narayanum Shacham Avataraha Kalikushoyaha Puran Vidita Vidyasyam Parashutva Brahma Mukha Chrutaha Iti Rajasapayam Saha Shravayitvan Nijaha Gathaha Tadao Gajana Mayutamashivanam Lakushamadarant Ratanam Shartasasranantu Tadao Purnasya Pakatitaha Tasinam Yuvati Nancha Ramanathaya Shartashatama Ratanani Cha Mahal Khanui Tatatavan Raja Shashitvajaha Mene Gurutai Tamatmanam Savajanaiban Tavai Saha Sapasada Iti Shrutavan Pulvajana Moditaha Gathaha Vismaya Vishita Manasaha Purnam Tam Menire Nirupama Kalikim Sutuvananto Thyayanantaha Prashamsananto Jagajajanaha Punasatamahu Rajanam Lakushanam Pakati Pakatayoha
Nirupan Uchuh Bhagati Gamyad Bhagavatah Go Van Bhagato Vitanavit Kim Karoti Kimashinati Kuvan Van Pasati Bhakti Kim 일단 말너야 라자는드라 살밤 뜨밤 베트시 사다라트 자티 스마라트 바트 구루슈노시야 자가타흐 바바네트 차양 바바네트 차양 이티 데폼 바짜흐 슈트방엠 프라푸르라바다노 느로파흐 사투방다이흐 사마마는뜨리야 따나하 브라흐마노디타무 샤시트바자 우바이짬 뿌론 브라흐마사파마티에 마할슈이가너 상근꿀레 사나코 나랏 마할슈이가너 상근꿀레 사나코 나라담 브라하 파바드 피리야스트 비호디땅흐 데셔 마누그라 헤노함 따뚜로 슈이트반 슈르땅흐 까탕흐 야스땅흐 삼카타야미하 슈르누트밤 빠빠나샤나흐 사나칸 우방짬 깐 파그티흐 삼스르티 하랑 하라오 로카 나마스크르땅 따마다오 발노야 무네 나라다 바히땅에 바야무 나라다 바히땅 바야마 나라다 우방짬 마나허 쇼실푸니는데리야 누이 사미야미야 빠라야 티양 구라바삐 니아세드데함 로카타는 뜨라비 짜쿠쇼너흡 구라우 브라사는네 파가방네 브라시다티 하리흐 스바야무 브라노방그니 브리야마티에 사발남 따는 니다샤타흐 스마레다나니아양 티양 데시카흐 수사마히타흐 마디알 키야 짜마니야 디아이흐 Whoa, disturbance. Entity? Help? Oh, there might be another entity here. This is, okay, I'm not gonna talk to entities on camera too much, but this is my first time, sorry, and this is my channel. I forget. When you work for someone else for too long, you forget how to work for yourself. And that's for real, you know. Entity, please, Namaste. If you could get rid of all the other entities here and you're the only entity living here, that'll be great. If you're wondering, you know, how to deal with other entities, get them out of here, please. Get them out. Just you are the only entity staying in this house from now on, and that's coming from me. And I say that in the name of King Yaosha. That's just his real name. Āmēn. Thank you very much. Get rid of them, please. Get rid of all the others. Everyone, everything, and everyone, every spirit, whatever is not me and you, get rid of them. Humans are okay. Humans are okay. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah. Where I messed up. Yeah, when I mess up in Sanskrit, that means I'm being distracted. This is like a different reading than reading on, you know, normal language. So Okay, so I think I'm here. I mean, I could read the same thing. No. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out where I left it. I went really far. Alright, I don't mind reading it again, so let me just start from here, because, I mean, I read it, but... Pujayitva Vasudava Pada Padamam Samahitaha Sarvanganga Sunandaram Ramyam Samaredu Hurutta Padma Matyagam. Oh, so I didn't read this. Okay, let me I'm gonna retract myself 3 shlokas. I'm gonna start at shloka 32. Have about 18 left, 18 or 19. Okay, here we go. Gurau Prasanane Bhagavan Prasidati Hariha Svayam Pranavagni Priyamatye Savarnam Dananideshatah Samaradhananyaya Tiyan Deshikah Susamahitah Badial Kya Jamani Yadiaih Snanava Sovi Pushonaih Pujayitvan Vasudeva Pada Padamam Samahitah Sarvanganga Sunandaram Ramyam Samaredu Hurutta Padma Matyagam Evam Tiantavan Bhakyamano de Butinandriyan. Oh, so I did read this, okay. Bhakyamano de Butinandriyaganoiha Saha. Yeah, one should say Sanskrit, or sometimes Sanskrit doesn't let you say certain things twice. Like Sanskrit is saying, stop it, I heard it already. Atmanamapayadu Viduvana Harabekan Taphavi Bhavavit Harabekan Taphavavit Angangani Devasatubeshwam Tu Namani Viditani Utan Vishnuha Karikera Nanantasiyam Tanyebanyanana Vidyate Seviyaha Karoshunaha Savakohamanye Tasyatma Multatayaha Avidyopatayo Jinyanad Padananti Prabhavadayaha Bhagatasyapi Harao Tuvaitam Sevya Savaka Vatatadan Nanyad Bina Tamityeva Kavacha Kinchana Vidyate Bhagatah Samarati Tam Vishnum Tananamani Cha Gayati Tat Karmanui Karotyavan Tadananda Sukhodayah Nirutyati Udtata Badrauti Nirutyati Udtarabad Nirutyati I cheated. So I'm gonna read that again. Nirutyati Udtata Hasati Praiti Tanamanah Pilunan Tatyan Tamabi Samurotyan Na Vedati Giyadat Danantaram 기야다는 따람 에반비탕에 파가바토 파그티라비아 피자라누이 부나티 사상 노칸 사데바수라마누슈원 파그티흐 상 브라크르틸니티앙 브라흐마 사만파트 브라카시탕에 브라카시탕 오케이 sorry Shiva Vishnu Brahma Rupam Vedadyanam Parapi Vam Bhagataha Sattva Guno Tyasad Rajasanandriya Lala Sah Tamasang Kora Samkaripang 파자는티 드바이타 드르그 자나흐 사트트바는 일구너 따메티 사트트바는 일구너 따메티 라자상 비셔야스프로하 따마상 나라감 야는티 삼사라 드바이타 탈마누이 삼사라드바이타 탈마누이. Okay, 1 second. 7 left. 우쩌체슈tamabashishuttam 방 바티암 무타마피부시tam Bhagatanam Pojanam Vishnul Naivedyam Satvikam Matam Vishnul Naivedyam Satvikam Matam. Okay. Inindriya Puriti Jananam Shukra Shonuita Baldtanam Pojanam Rajasam Shudutama Yurarogia Baldtanam Attah Param Tamasanam Kattavamuloshana Vidahikam Puti Paryushvitam Jinyayam Pojanam Tamasapuriyam Satitvikanam Mane Vaso Grame Vasastu Rajasahu Tamasam Dyutamadhyadi Sadanam Parikiltatitam Na Tata Sa Hariha Kinchit Sevakastu Na Yachakahu Tatapi Paramaya Puritisatayohu Kimiti Shashivati Ityatat Bhagavat Ishvarasya Vishnu. They spelled it. Sorry, their spelling error. It's making me mad. I'm gonna read it from the beginning. Ityatat Bhagavat Ishvarasya Vishnu Gunakatanam Sanako Vibhutya Bhaktiya Sabhinaya Vachanaiha Surashvivayam Parinutvanandarapuram Jagama Shuddhataha. I want to read the last part again. See, Sanskrit doesn't allow me to say it because I want to say the whole thing again, but it's not my time yet. So I'm supposed to be speaking Sanskrit brokenly and be content about it. Okay. Namaste. So be it. Tears. Iti Shri Kalki Purano Bhagavate Pavishu Durti Yamshe Nirabhagana Shashitvaja Samba Nirabhagana Shashitvaja Sambad Jati Samarat Vakatanama Jati Samarat Vakatanama Nama Ekadashotyayahub. 2-minute break and then the translation. Thank you.
Gonna try to finish it. Okay. Suta said, those kings asked King Shashitvaja, who was a devout devotee of Vishnu, and his wife Sushananda, while Taima and Satyayuga were present in the assembly, about devotion as defined by sages. The kings said, you two have become parents-in-law of Narayana in the form of Kalki. We kings, all these people, sages and Brahmanos, are surprised at your devoutness for Vishnu, and we ask you, from where have you learned this art of worshipping the Supreme Soul? O King, has this worship been taught by anybody, or is it spontaneous? O King, we would like to listen to your narration relating to the devotion to the Lord, which purifies the 3 regions and liberates from earthly bondage. Shashitvaja said, O you braves of unfailing powers, please listen to the details of both of us, husband and wife's previous births, deeds, memory, and the characteristics of devotion. 1,000 eras have passed. Before that, I was a foul-smelling, meat-eating vulture, and this my beloved she-vulture, along with me, was living in a nest on a tree in a forest. She used to roam at will in a forest full of gardens and groves. We both sustained ourselves on the foul-smelling flesh of the dead beings. One day a cruel hunter was tempted to see both of us in the nest, eaters of raw flesh, and he put a pet vulture. Seeing it, we too, full of confidence and smitten with hunger, tempted by the meat, went there. Then, seeing us both entrapped, the hunter with delight caught us by the neck. We both tortured him by attacking with beaks repeatedly. Taking hold of us, the raw meat-eating hunter crushed our heads on a stone near the waters of Gandoki River. On being crushed on a stone marked with the chakra near the Ganges, we both on death
instantly becoming four-armed, riding a bright aeroplane, mantu baikuna twa, being saluted by all, sorry. Having stayed there for 100 eras, we reached the abode of Brahma. Having spent 500 eras in happiness in Brahmaloka, through the passage of time, we reached the Devaloka and spent 400 eras there. Thereafter, O kings, we both took birth on this earth, having died on the stone marked with chakra, and by the grace of Vishnu, I remember these past occurrences. About that Gandaki river, what else can I say, touching whose waters alone has fantastic significance, because of which I could remember my past lives. If being killed on the stone marked with chakra can give these undescribable pleasures, I do not know what will be achieved by the service of Vasudeva. Considering this, being absorbed in the worship of Vishnu with ecstatic hearts considering this, being absorbed in the worship of Vishnu with ecstatic hearts, dancing, singing his glory, and lolling on the earth, we are in total bliss. I want to say the sentence again. Sorry, now I'm getting tired already. I read really fast. Time is pretty short for this session. Considering this, being absorbed in the worship of Vishnu with ecstatic hearts, dancing, singing his glory, and lolling on the earth, we are in total bliss. The incarnation of a part of Narayana in the form of Kalki is specifically for the annihilation of Kali. This I had already heard from the mouth of Brahma, and the bravery of this Kalki is well known to all. Having thus told about himself in the royal assembly, Shashitvaja gave away respectfully with devotion 10,000 elephants, 100,000 horses, 6,000 chariots, and 6,000 women servants to Kalki, the spouse of Rama. And also, having parted with priceless gems, Shashitvaja considered himself, along with his relatives, to be the most obliged. Hearing thus about the past lives of Shashitvaja, the astonished assembly members considered Shashitvaja to be the most complete. People from all over the world present in the assembly, eulogizing, meditating, and showering praises on Kalki, asked Shashitvaja to elaborate again on the characteristics of devotion in a devotee. The king said, "What is Lord's devotion? Who is the devotee of the Lord well versed in rituals? What does he do? What does he eat? Where does he live, and what does he say? O great king, you know all. Your respect for Guru Shrimad, your remembrance of the events of the past life, and Guru Shrimad's desire to purify the world may enthuse you to narrate all." Hearing these words of the assembled, Shashitvaja, with a happy demeanor, said, "Be blessed." Saying these words, he re-narrated what he was told by Brahma earlier. Shashitvaja said, "Earlier, in the court of Brahma, crowded with the sages, Sanaka asked Narada the same as asked me by you. By their grace, staying there, whatever narrations were heard by me, the same that are dispellers of sins, will be related by me to you. Please listen all." Sanaka said, "O Narada, what is devotion of Hari that liberates from the universe or the cycles of death and birth and is practiced by all? Please tell from the beginning. We are all attentive." Narada said, a devotee having a thorough knowledge of worldly affairs, having controlled the five senses, along with pious mind through concentration, should surrender himself to a teacher. When the teacher is propitiated, Hari, Shri Hari, himself is also pleased. Pronounce Namaha in the middle of Omkara and Svaha, the beloved of Agni, with concentration and single-mindedness at the command of the teacher. Having worshipped the lotus feet of Vasudeva with water for washing feet, sipping, arghya, bath, clothes and ornaments with concentrated mind, meditate on all beautiful and all supreme Vasudeva dwelling in the lotus-like heart. A single-minded devout, thus meditating, a single-minded devout, thus meditating, should surrender himself with his speech, mind, intellect, and senses on the lotus feet of Vishnu. All other gods are only different forms of Vishnu, incarnated as Kalki. You know all their names. All those names are those of Vishnu in the form of Kalki. Nothing is different from him. Guru is the master who deserves devotion, and I am his servant. In reality, all living beings are just the soul images of Guru. The wise say that the literate knows Guru by different attributes, while the knowledgeable knows him as the cause of creation, etc. In the state of ignorance, only exists the duality between the servant and the master, just like a devotee and the devoted, but there is nothing other than Guru anywhere. The devotee remembers Vishnu only, chants his names alone, does all that is related to him only. Doing all this alone gives him true happiness and comfort. Such a devotee dances like a man possessed, weeps, laughs, and wanders absorbed in him only. I want to read it again, sorry. Why am I tired? Such a devotee dances like a man possessed, weeps, laughs, and wanders absorbed in him only. Rolls on the ground and insensates about himself, totally knows nothing else except Vishnu. Very poorly written, I'll read it again. Rolls on the ground and insensates about himself, totally knows nothing else except Vishnu. This type of continued worship of the Lord purifies all the worlds along with gods, demons, and humans. This kind of devotion is eternal and is the manifestation of the grandeur of Brahma. It is an embodiment of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, and is greater than the Vedas. Those in the world who believe in duality but have Sattva quality and prominence are devotees. Who have prominence of Rajas quality are engrossed in materialism, and those with Tamas quality in prominence are involved in deeds of cruelty. The followers of non-duality with Sattva quality attain transcendency, with Rajas quality agree for materialism, and with Tamas quality attain hell. The food offered to Vishnu and the resultant excess is nutritious. I'm going to read it again. I'm just messing up. The food offered to Vishnu and the resultant excess is nutritious, pure, and coveted by the devotees, and is considered Sattva. The food that delights the senses, promotes fertility and blood, increases the lifespan, and makes one free of diseases, is pure Rajas food. The bitter, sour, hot, and acid producing food is called Tamas, and is staple food for people with the prominence of Tamas quality. I want to read that. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4 shlokas left. The bitter, sour, hot, and acid-producing food is called tamas, and is staple food for people with the prominence of tamas quality. Sahatetevika, people reside in hermitages, rajas in town, and the tamas in gambling houses and wine pubs. Hari neither gives to a devotee, nor does a devotee beseech, yet the two have mutual love, which is very surprising. Thus hearing the divine sage Narada expound the virtues of Vishnu, the Lord of all, with devotion and politeness, Sanaka went to the laudable abode of Inandra. Thus ends the 11th chapter of part 3 of Sri Kalki Purana, relating to future happenings of the Lord, entitled Nirupagana Shashitvaja Sambhade Jati Samaratvagathanam. I think it's the title. I would name it The Past Lives of Shashitvaja Recounted, and instructions for worship. I think that's my title. Let me see here. The devotion of Shashitvaja and his previous history. Okay. I'm just checking. Oh yeah. Yep, that's it. Thank you. I think that's it. I'm done. See you tomorrow. Namaste. Have a good night.